I think in the long term, it's difficult to say, Nitin. But if one does a short term prognosis, my own reading is that Imran Khan has bitten off far more than he can chew, and I think the short term future for him is rather bleak.
Hello and welcome to StratNewsGlobal. You're on our evening program, The Gist. I'm Nitin Gokhale. On The Gist this evening, our topic of discussion is an more or less unprecedented action by the Pakistani army to sack a lieutenant general, two major generals perhaps, and take action against 7 or 8 brigadiers for failing to control the mob and the vandalization of army installations and army bases on May 9th when Imran Khan supporters went on a rampage in Pakistan. What does it signify? Does it show the Pakistani army's weakness, or does it show that the Pakistani army is still in control? And what does it mean for medium-term political developments in Pakistan is something that we're going to discuss. And to discuss all that, a familiar face on StratNewsGlobal, Ramanathan Kumar. Again, as I've mentioned earlier, an expert on Pakistan and counterterrorism, terrorism in Afghanistan. So welcome to this program once again, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me back on the show, Nitin. I think things are moving at a fairly rapid clip in Pakistan, and that I think, thanks to all that, I keep reappearing on your show rather frequently.
No, why not? In fact, Pakistan is something that one watches on our channel closely after China, perhaps. So to look at what has happened yesterday with the announcement of sacking of a lieutenant general, in my view, an unprecedented action, and action against so many senior army officials. What do you make of it? What do you think triggered it, and what is going to be the effect of it?
I think the action that has been taken against the senior officers is, I would say, proportionate to the gravity of the events which triggered all this off in the first place. It's quite clear that, the sacking or the burning down of the Corps Commander's residence, the attack on the general headquarters of the army in Rawalpindi, the attack on an office of the ISI, the vandalization of the martyrs' memorials. I think these have been viewed extremely seriously by the army because they showed the army's command and control structure in very poor light, and therefore remedial action, visible action had to be taken, which is what seems to have been done, and which is why the army has been at pains to show that it has gone through a process of self-accountability, as they are calling it. And it is still, I think, a work in progress, and it's quite possible that more visible or demonstrative action will be forthcoming in the future. But all said and done, as you said, these are unprecedented developments.
So, one of the schools of thought, we had a discussion on this when the May 9th incident did happen. And we also talked about what is going to be the likely fallout on the Pakistani army's cohesion, if not control. And one of the prevailing views was that General Asim Munir was not in control. There's a division in the Pakistani army right at the top and going down from the top. So, with this action, do you think General Munir has reasserted himself and has also sent a signal to rest of the corps commanders and those who were those who appear to be pro Imran Khan and his party will get the message. Where are we now on that?
Yes, I would say that that is the process that has really been set in motion. I think you would recall that, in fact, quite soon after the events of May 9, there was a formation commanders conference, which was the first one which General Munir had. And the formation commanders conference brings together not only the corps commanders, but also, commanding officers further down the chain.
Right.
And that formation commanders conference sent out a very clear signal that those, responsible for these events would be tried by military courts. And that is the process that has now taken, a step forward. So I think I would tend to agree with you that overall, this is, the army chief showing that he is in control, and that no dissident or dissidents or, nobody will be allowed to step out of line, irrespective of their rank.
That's right. I think that is the message to the army itself as a rank and file. But what does it signify for the political party, especially the PTI, Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf? What does it signify to them? Because when you said that they will be tried in military court, I think that itself sent warning signals to Imran Khan supporters and dampened down the protests that were gaining traction that time. Do you think this is going to also mean that Imran Khan supporters are going to get a message and he himself will be a target for eventually?
Yes, I think that quite clearly is the intention. Even yesterday at the press conference of the DGISPR, there were references to the masterminds of the May 9 events. And although Imran Khan was not named, clearly he was the elephant in the room. And there was little doubt about what the ultimate or who the ultimate target of all this was. So it is quite possible that Imran Khan himself may face a trial by a military court, although, the Pakistani Supreme Court is right now hearing a case about the, legality of civilians being tried in military courts.
Right.
So there is, in fact, a view that what was said at the press conference yesterday was, in fact, sending a message even to the Supreme Court of Pakistan that at all costs, the masterminds of the May 9 events would be brought to justice. So I think it is an ominous sign for Imran Khan and those in the PTI who are still sticking with him. It's a dwindling breed,
right?
And I think all these are signs that the both Imran Khan and the PTI, even if it's not formally banned, I think will have little or no role to play in at least the next elections.
And which we still don't know where it will come. But interesting that yesterday's press conference, like you pointed out, had this signal for the judiciary that they will take action against those who were perpetrating the violence and the arson on May 9th, and the follow-up will be through the military court, or the action will be through military court. This weakens the PTI, like you said. But from here on, where does Imran Khan go? I mean, it's a dilemma for him, right? Because he's losing support because of the fear or whatever you want, whatever the reason. And but he has to take on the army because that is his USP in the past 5-6 months. So what does the future hold for him politically?
I think in the long term, it's difficult to say, Nitin, but if one does a a short-term prognosis. My own reading is that Imran Khan has bitten off far more than he can chew, and I think the short-term future for him is rather bleak. Most of his supporters have, as you are aware, and as most of your viewers will be aware, have deserted him.
Right.
A new King's Party, the Istikam Party, has been formed. What its fate will be, one doesn't know. But I think, in a sense, Imran Khan's wings have really been clipped pretty severely.
Right.
For the time being. And with each passing day, I would think that his position weakens. And clearly, I think the present dispensation also possibly sees it that way. I'm talking of the constituents of the ruling PDM.
That's right.
In fact, the action now in Pakistan seems to have, at least for now, shifted to Dubai. Both, Nawaz Sharif, the former Prime Minister, has travelled there. So has Asif Ali Zardari. And I think some kind of confabulations are bound to take place, or have already started, about, when the next elections will be held, and what kind of what will be the state of play. And if you take it as a working hypothesis that Imran Khan will be out of the equation, whether he likes it or not, he will possibly be in a prison cell by then. You could have some kind of a friendly contest between the PPP and the PMLN, possibly with the new entrant, the latest entrant, the Istikam Party, also making some kind of a token or a pro forma appearance. And then it'll be a question of how to, in a sense, divide the spoils. That is how I look at it at this point of time over the next few months. As you might also be aware, the Pakistani Parliament has now passed a law which I think has been given assent by the acting president. The President Alvi is on a Hajj pilgrimage.
Right.
So the acting president has given his assent to this bill, which basically, its provisions are that the disqualification of politicians for electoral malpractices, it will not be a lifelong disqualification, but it will be restricted to 5 years.
Sure.
And it also gives untrammeled power to the Election Commission to decide the date of elections. It doesn't have, the Election Commission of Pakistan doesn't have to go to the president for approval.
Right.
So these are the changes that have been brought in, and clearly it is to benefit former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif,
Exactly.
who had been, disqualified in 2017 for life.
Right.
So if the new law kicks in, then he would be eligible to contest in the next elections. There are still, of course, several legal cases pending against him. So all this still, there's a great deal that still of legal issues that still need to be resolved. But I think this is more or less
going towards rehabilitation of Nawaz Sharif.
That is right.
And his return to Pakistan at the helm of affairs, I suppose.
Yes. And with Imran Khan being, taken out of the equation or sidelined, as you say.
That's right. No, so obviously it suits the Pakistan army now to sideline Imran Khan, as they're already doing. Simultaneously, make sure that Nawaz Sharif comes back. But, I know it's not fair to look crystal gaze so far ahead. But Nawaz Sharif's equation or relations with the Pakistani army have not exactly been hunky-dory in the past. But I think we have come a full circle from what it was with Musharraf and what Nawaz Sharif is now looking to do, coming back or trying to come back to Pakistan. So the centrality of the Pakistani army will remain as I see it. Do you think that will have to be continued as far as the survival of Pakistan state is concerned?
Well, clearly, I think the empire, in a sense, has thrust back. And I think for now, it's quite clear that it is the Pakistan army which remains the ultimate arbiter, as they say. They have said that they will, remain out of active politics, and which perhaps, in a sense, is making a virtue out of necessity. But clearly, I mean, without the army, I think Pakistan would be in even greater sort of chaos than it normally is. So I think a very short answer would be that for the time being, the centrality of the army has very much been reinforced.
Right.
The big question in all this, as we were discussing, remains the economy.
Yes.
Which we haven't discussed on this show now.
Yes.
The government has passed a revised budget in the past few days to meet various conditionalities of the IMF.
Sure.
To resume the stalled loan.
Sure.
The Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, has met the managing director of the IMF more than once. The Chinese have played a helpful role by rolling over a couple of loans.
Yes.
But it is still the fixing the economy remains an extremely, I think, tall ask for Pakistan. Between now and 2025 or 2026, the external debt to which they have run up is, I think, of the order of 60 or 70 billion US dollars, compared to which even the IMF rescue package seems to, pale and dwarfed in comparison.
Absolutely.
And that really is a mess that I think is well beyond the ken of the army also to fix. So how they do that, I think, remains an extremely difficult question to answer at this point in time.
True. So I think the army is also looking at this as a short-term measure to regain control, be the puppeteer, and let the political parties take the blame in the long run when the economy doesn't recover or remains in a mess as it is today. But for the short term, if I can conclude here, your final remarks on this, that the Pakistani army seems to have regained ground through his actions and will continue to determine Pakistan's future, at least in the short to medium term. And anybody who wants to get into the political arena will need the backing of the Pakistani army. Is that the correct scenario to look at?
Yeah, I think that is a very fair summation of the present situation.
Oh, great to know that. So thank you very much for your time and your insights as usual, because I think what you said about Nawaz Sharif is something that people will be looking forward to, because Imran Khan seems to be history now, despite all the attempts to break free from his Pakistani army influence that the army created him and army destroyed him. So again, repeat of history in Pakistan. So we'll have to watch this space. Maybe in a couple of months, we'll come back again to you to ask where it is going. But for the time being, it's thank you. And thanks for your time and your insights once again.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. So do keep watching StratNewsGlobal. You will get these interesting insights from experts who have watched this space in their respective fields of expertise. Of course, you know where to send us your feedback and your comments. We welcome them. For the time being, it's goodbye.